Actually, I did notice something when I visited the studio. I heard of poison that takes its sweet time, see? But not what I've been saying for the last few minutes, apparently. Mr. Brushell, are you saying you noticed something that just what happened? You bet I am! The antidote for a poisonous contradiction. End quote, you might say. Or I still have no idea what you're talking about, end quote, I might say. I am confused too. I figured out, but only after an in-depth interview. See? Thanks to my journalism skills, I know who poisoned that coffee. I don't think I believe him, but okay. Order, order, order! As far as I can tell, the witness is standing by his testimony that Mr. Measham died the instant after he drank. Of course I'm standing by my testimony, and my dreaming exclusive rights to this story. I suppose it was too much to hope for. What was? And it's so quiet now. No more music. Of course he wouldn't choose a simple case, not him. Him? Phoenix right. Who else? Yeah, he is the one who arranged all of this to happen. Chung, airbrush a report for us, if you would. He's the one who chose Gavin to be the prosecutor. Same judge, like with Paul in there and Emma and everyone. What is it that you noticed? Please don't smile at us. It's freaky. This court is a critical trial of the jury system. I'm afraid no room for judges permissible. We will testify to the court about what you noticed. Jeez, if it's a simple case, it'll be over already. But, looks like Phoenix is hiding something. When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Measham was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. I thought nothing of it at the time, of course. Now that I think about it, what if he was writing a suicide note? Seriously? A suicide note? Yes, he had this look on his face. Man's face inscrutable as a quadratic equation, end quote. Suicide? Poor Mr. Measham. But that means Vera's innocent. Would someone commit suicide in the middle of an interview? Oh. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. This is confusing. Wait a minute. A letter. Okay, let me press about the letter. So he put the letter away when he saw you? Early bird gets worm, end quote. As in early bird catches the worm. That's my secret! I'm not sure I follow. It's today's interview. I arrived 15 minutes ahead of schedule. Handle turns, the door opens, and I barge in. Is that illegal? Are you sure that's okay to do? I mean, isn't that unlawful entry, really? Mr. Measham sure seemed to think so. You should have seen him. He crammed his letter into that yellow envelope as fast as he could. I know it was secret when I spotted one, and that was one. It does seem significant. Well, Mr. Justice, I wonder. It does have the ring of something important. Sure, why not? As his testimony. The defense finds this testimony vital, Your Honor. Very well, please answer your testimony then. Hey, run out to my account comes free of charge! It was a yellow envelope. I heard it was left at the crime scene. I don't remember any yellow envelope. Do you? Wasn't it a red envelope?
Objection!
As it just so happens, there was a single letter in a desk drawer at the scene. In a red envelope! Like his shirt. What? And man, his tie is all around his face. And that's not normal. Prosecutor Gavin. Yes. Was a yellow envelope found at the scene of the crime? Unfortunately, no. But to air forehead, it's easy to mistake the color of an envelope. Red and yellow? Really? Pretty much different to me. I guess, but not this envelope. You see, it was postmarked yet already 7 years ago. Well, Mr. Brushell, I can explain that. True, right? He wanted to get the letter in an envelope. Pronto! Get out of my sight of my beady eyes, right? Beady eyes. So he grabbed the nearest envelope and crammed away! And what about the whole red and yellow envelope contradiction, chump? Well, Mr. Justice, have you anything to say to the witness' claim? That night, the victim put a letter he had been writing in a red envelope. That's impossible, because that red envelope was postmarked 7 years ago. That's impossible. I like your expression. So full of confidence. It's simple, really. As it just so happens, the defense team investigated the contents of this envelope with the assistance of a forensic scientist. What? Note that this letter is addressed to Drew Misha. I just realized that he said he could have crammed it into any old envelope, but this one can't be. He can't be crammed into this envelope because we already know what's inside of it. Yeah, it makes sense now. Oh, what would he address a letter to himself? Let alone send a suicide note to himself. I've been scooped. Man, he looks so weird. Order! Mr. Brushel, can you explain this to the court? Oh my, how could I have forgotten? I suppose it's happened to the rest of us. Everybody gets old, forgets lots, and good. I'm so waiting for an explanation, Mr. Brushel. Well, that's the thing, see? Everybody's he puts his letter in the envelope. We have to listen to this music. This eccentric music. Mr. Misha sat there searching his desk drawer for something. His desk drawer? Yes, a stamp, a so-called postage stamp, unquote. A stamp? What's that for? Well, it smells letter, what else? And then, yes, I think I saw him put it in his letterbox. Yes, it was a yellow envelope, and he put it in that box. Okay, well, apparently this yellow envelope has nothing to do with this. Oh, how I wish it did. Just think if that were a suicide note. What a story! Star writes suicide note in front of reporter. Falls. I quote. Ahem! As I was saying, that has nothing to do with this case. That said, yes, Your Honor. This makes me wonder about the contents of that red envelope. $100,000. $100,000 is quite a good deal of money. So this was from 7 years ago, yeah? Huh? So am I finished here? Am I finished here? I was thinking of, going home to start writing. And the crowd goes quiet. The courtroom. I hate to state what should be pretty obvious to anyone, but when you catch the scent of a story, you make that, rather, unique face. Come on! Attorney has active imagination, little else. I could. That's not true. Even I know there's something, and my eyes aren't what they used to be. I'm starting to understand what all this perceiving stuff is about. What? Judge has active imagination. End quote. Brushel is rubbing off of Apollo. That's not good. But yeah, the judge really do have an active imagination. Please, continue with your testimony. Tell us about the set of a story. Hey, I'm the one asking the questions here. Usually. Oh god, I'm going crazy voice acting him. Son of a story. Actually, it took a bit of work to get a thumbs up on the interview. Reporter Leveridge's story gets an interview and quote the story considered such a case from 7 years ago. That red envelope probably has something to do with it. Say what you will, but Julie's town was without compare. So you are threatened to go to press with the story? That's how you got your interview? Blackmail? Well, yes. I mean, no. Blackmail him. It wasn't any black. I mean, no, I'm not. Okay, maybe it was blackmail. Something wrong, Mr. Brushel. Look! This is my story. My tidbit. Journalist's info is livelihood. End quote. Yeah, he needs his wages with money and stuff. I see. Well, you have me chatting me way in here. What's going on out there? What if some Wally Wordsworth or Sally Scooper gets wide on my story? Wally Wordsworth for words and Sally Scooper scooping stories. I think we go into press while I'm going to waste. The court feels your pain, Mr. Brushel. Mr. Justice, let's pick up the pace. I actually don't feel that much pain for him, A searching case 7 years ago. Wait, 7 years ago? Haven't we heard this phrase so many times before? Interesting, huh? Oh, that's strange. My bracelet is. Bracelet is reacting. What about this? Oops, I didn't want to do that. Yeah, let's stare at his creepiness. Jeez, his white is so shiny white. And his head looks like another toothbrush. Jeez. And what is this pocket? Jeez. Toothpaste, too. Okay, let me just press this. What is the 7-year-old thing? A certain case. 7 years ago? Tell us, what case? Let me say one thing, Mr. Attorney, and you can quote me on this. I can't talk about that case. Why not? It's about journalistic pride and staunchness and credibility and connections. Journalist reveals sources only over his dead body. End quote. So what'll be? Gonna show me? Dead men don't tell tales, Mr. Attorney! He sounds pretty different not to talk. Our chances of breaking his will aren't looking good. Don't worry, that's not related yet. But Drew's talent was without compare. But what talent? His talent for what? Huh. This is quite difficult. This is probably the most difficult perceiving part of the game ever, okay? People had so much trouble with this. Not because it was quite difficult to find where it is in all the testimony, but even finding his habit. Just look at his armpit. I know, armpit, look at that. He's sweating over and over again. This is the most craziest perceiving thing ever. It's kind of disgusting too. But it's kind of funny.
Gotcha!
Sweat much, Mr. Brushel? Sweat much? Yeah, well, a man can't help his glands, you know? How about your habit of using that same toothbrush for your glasses and your... Oh, gee, it's tongue. Oh. It's more than that when Mr. Misham's talent was mentioned. You suddenly began to sweat buckets. You're hiding something about his talent! What? That's ridiculous! Evidence time. Let's show where Mr. Misham's true talents lay. It just so happens I have evidence showing the talent mentioned in the letter. The hidden painting. I know there's like 3 other paintings, but this is the one we present. This painting was found in Mr. Misham's studio. He's splitting a lot. Jeez. There are 2 problems with this painting. The first is it wasn't painted by Mr. Misham. The second is that there was another painting in the studio which looked exactly like this one, except it was only half done. Then we have a letter discussing payment of $100,000, which suggests a certain business operation. Business of making forgeries. Ow! Jeez, he's just so he's such a nervous monkey. It's kind of creepy. Why is all of this like weird, wacky characters that just like drives you crazy, and you wish you don't have to cross-examine them, but you have to. That is all, Your Honor. Everyone, please, everyone! Can we keep this private? Please? This is my story, my scoop! Forgery, that's a serious crime! Drew Misham is known as an artist these days, but there were rumors he dabbled in another kind of art until a few years back. Another art meaning forgery? Drew Misham was talented, alright? Talented at making precise, detailed fakes. A fact that certain criminal elements were quick to discover. Criminal elements? What? You can't seriously be talking about... Exactly, I'm talking about forging evidence. The rumor started circulating 7 years ago. 7 years ago again? 7 years ago? So are we to understand that this letter, this payment of $100,000 was for? Exactly. Forged evidence nets tiny profit and quote. He smells so much and we can smell the mint. Order, order, order! Why this like a victim was living a double life? Aha! This is my chance! So the victim had ties to the criminal world, right? He could have plenty of enemies we know nothing about. and of course he objects to us. This is my first time hearing of this criminal world. We certainly found no criminal connection when we conducted our investigation. But how do you explain all this money? You gotta admit there's a possibility of some illegal activity here. So much objection, so much. But there is no proof tying this letter to our case. Oh yeah, that's true. Our case was and remains simple from the beginning. Only the defendant could have poisoned that mug that night. And you, of course. Hey, I'm the only thing I poison is my pen whenever I'm writing interviews. Why would you poison your pen? Mr. Brushall, your testimony to this point has been quite unreliable. It doesn't speak well of your reporting acumen. What are you talking about? My journals is rock solid! Journals so rock solid you can stand on an elephant on it, end quote.